Let's talk about digital minimalism.
A digital minimalism experiment.
Even though I've never had a social media account, I'm okay.
We can't deny the fact that the digital world has become an extension to our daily lives. In fact, I believe it becomes more important for us now to declutter our digital spaces. As a student myself, in fact, I often find myself mostly immersed into the screen most of my days. And with this being kept in mind, this is where digital minimalism comes in. If you follow my Instagram for the past week, I posted a daily hack for 6 days in my story on digital minimalism. And here are the 6 hacks explained in detail, plus some extra stuff. Number 1. Make the habit of creating folders before. I made a decision at the beginning of this year that I would easily look at now and say, damn, thank God I did that. I started the year by making 2 folders, School 2020 and Projects 2020. Inside School 2020, I made like 10 other folders again, and so on. I made these folders even before school started, and it was just empty. Then I realized it's a good habit to anticipate and prep for these empty folders, just so that when school actually starts, I can easily organize my files with less effort. I know this seems very simple and obvious, but the difficult part is to actually start. Like back then, I used to tell myself, like, you know what, I'm gonna organize this later, I'm gonna organize this as soon as possible, but my files just end up being everywhere over my laptop. So the important part is to just stop thinking and just make those folders. In addition to this, my favorite trick of all time includes UseStacks. This sadly only works for Mac users with operating system Mojave and above. If you have screenshots from online classes that are piling up, for example, you can use this feature to make your desktop super duper clean. AVGCleaner. Declutter junk and repeated files. This hack literally saved me so many times, you have no idea. So basically, in the App Store, you can find AVGCleaner. Do not check on downloads unless you want your entire downloads folder to be deleted. Boom, you just clean like a lot of untouched junk. You can also find duplicate files from this feature. Notion. Organize your notes in one place. As a student who takes digital notes a lot, it's very useful to have just one platform to have everything stored and accessed. Notion works for both Mac and Windows. In Notion, you can find tons of templates to help you organize your stuff. From notes to marketing tools to even journaling and planning. You can even create to-do lists and calendars. It's just cool. This is how I take notes with Notion. In Notion, if you click slash or type slash, it will show all the features that it has. For example, if you want to add a list or a to-do list or a page or a toggle or a call out, for example. Now, in Notion, there's also a feature known as call out, which I personally use a lot. Another interesting feature I found in Notion and I find really useful as well is the toggle list. Next, you also have the table and the board. And also you can create to-do lists inside. And my favorite thing about this app is you can access your notes from all your devices and it auto-saves. So the fear of having your notes deleted because you forgot to save it is no issue here. You can also export to PDF and they have a free pricing plan as well. Number 4. Color tags. This hack helps me a lot to increase accessibility of my folders and files. Number 5. Always back up. You can lose everything at any time. Never underestimate data loss. Take this as an opportunity to declutter your files as well, as you create folders for your backup and decide what's important and what's junk. Always backup using more than one medium. 3 ways you can backup. Number 1, cloud backup. You can use Google Drive or iCloud. Number 2, invest in a decent external hard drive. I personally use the Seagate Backup Plus Slim 1TB, and I personally really like it because of its size. It's like really small. Number 3, offsite storage. Always store another backup in a different location. Could be your friend's house, etc. Last but not least, I feel like digital minimalism also means using technology wisely. So I was introduced to Dopamine Detox recently from Nathaniel Drew's video, Dopamine Detox: How to Reset Your Brain. What I did is a bit of different version. It's more of a digital detox, but it's the same objective. Basically, no music, no gadgets, no social media, no games, no Netflix for 24 hours. Why dopamine detox? Your brain produces dopamine, a feel-good neurochemical when you scroll through Instagram, watch Netflix, eat sugar, etc. Therefore, your brain will always try to stimulate the dopamine-producing behavior, preventing us from doing the things we need to do. You also release dopamine when you do work, but the dopamine released when watching Netflix is definitely bigger than the dopamine released when you do like schoolwork. We don't realize it, and it becomes sort of an addiction to us. If you're losing grip in life or find it difficult to focus on the things that actually matter, maybe it's the time for a reset. Dopamine detox tips. Number 1, write a journal before your 24 hours detox. Write down why you are doing this and what are your objectives by doing this. It helps me to stay focused during the detox. Number 2, first get an idea by watching some videos on YouTube. I'll suggest Nathaniel Drew or Captain Sinbad. I will leave the link in the description below. Number 3, basically abstain from anything that gives you instant gratification. Number 4, meditate. From Captain Sinbad's video, he says, the sages of yore had said something along the lines of, you can learn more from an hour of silence than you can from a year's worth of reading. For those who ask, why minimalism? Why should I do something known as digital minimalism, for example? Well, I would like to end with one quote. The secret of happiness, you see, does not lie in the seek for more. It's found in developing the capacity to enjoy less. Socrates.